Delaware in the building. Y'all ain't ready for the Delaware takeover. Y'all not ready for this unique style and creativity that everybody in the world wants to see. Nas and Jay is bringing it, and everything they bring got that Delaware swag.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
What's going down? Happy spring.
It's spring solstice, right?
It's the spring solstice, and I think.
What does solstice mean?
Oh boy, you stumped me.
I'm thinking of trolls. So if that's the case, then in order for y'all to feel happy during springtime, you have to eat chocolate.
It's got to do with the sun because of the word soul.
So make sure you add a little bit of gold up in there somewhere. Get some of that edible gold.
A
lint chocolate.
Yeah, I don't know. And I actually heard from an art teacher that I work with today. She was saying that it actually happens at a specific time of the day too. So
eat your chocolate,
right,
preferably in bed.
Absolutely.
With a little bit of edible gold and a glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
In the evening.
Yes. Happy spring.
Happy spring.
Yeah.
Welcome to your evening sip of local news. What's happening in real world mess? Mm-hmm. I am Naja Nicole, a mother, a lover, an artist, an all-around great person, and I have fabulous hair. Oh yeah, and then there's Jay.
Jay Street Jr., singer-songwriter, artivist.
You look like that is so painful for you to do.
Youth advocate.
Why is this so painful?
An educator.
You look so uncomfortable when you're doing, like, he looks like the guy when you go to, like, one of them classes and everybody's like, okay, we're going to go around the room and introduce ourselves. And I'm the one that's like, okay, so I am Naja, and then this is Jay. Jay Street. I like motorcycles.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good with my hands.
I mean, I know that now is not the time to go into it, but I'm very personally cautious about, in as much as I do certain things that are showy, I also am equally cautious about being a braggart. So even saying what I do, leaves me a little bit uncomfortable. And it's silly. I know it shouldn't make me uncomfortable. I'm not saying it's right. But yeah, that's me.
Today, we are going to talk about a seaweed pile twice the size of the U.S. floating towards us. Mm-hmm. We're also going to talk about the new Waffle House on 30.
Mm-hmm. Get your hands right.
Listen, I think this is exactly what tells you that Newcastle is.
I mean, however you want to slice it.
And it's seeping into Bear just a little bit. It went from Bear, Delaware, to Bar, Delaware.
That's why I grew up.
They said we're going to put a Waffle House.
I spent a lot of years in Bear.
Like, baby, woo. Then, so they either going to go to Hub. What they're going to do is they're going to go party.
Don't you feel like the Waffle House is almost like a Walmart? Like everyone loves it, but nobody wants it in their backyard.
I want it in my backyard.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I grew up on Waffle House. And
I've gotten plenty of fights at Waffle House.
Kev on stage was right. If the cup ain't dirty, if my fork ain't got a little bit of food on it, I don't want it.
And isn't that an interesting conversation in and of itself? Because, on one hand,
I want it to smell like cigarettes.
But here's why that's funny. And I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. But like, I feel like you're one of those people. Like if you go to someone's house and their spot.
Oh, I'm done.
You're done.
Y'all don't eat in people's house.
But you'll go to Waffle
House.
I will. So it doesn't make sense, but I get
eating.
It. Yep.
And then we're also going to talk about how
LARSA
Pippen was popping it for 23 years.
Ain't no way.
23 years.
Ain't no way.
So make sure y'all stay tuned.
Listen.
Wait.
Go ahead.
It's Women's History Month still.
I have something more important.
No, you don't. Stop it. I would like to, even though she is not a woman, she will be one day. And I have to say she is being raised just splendidly. I would like to honor y'all's ray of sunshine.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Because every time I come over here, this lovely little nugget has a picture for me. She gave me a crocus picture that she drew. I don't even know what a crocus is, but because she gave it to me and my flowers, like I have more pictures from her than I got from my kids. And I just want to say, little Ray Ray, that I love you, little girl. You gonna be somebody.
I can dig that. I appreciate that. I'll make sure that she sees that
and
too.
And you smell good.
And you know what? Since you're doing that, I'll throw it back. You know what I'm saying? So, this is almost an apology. But I will throw it back to you and say I would like to honor JB. You know what I'm saying?
Bizzle.
Because number one, she's a total sweetheart. And it's been a pleasure to start to get to know her over the past couple of years, you know what I mean? And watch all of the, you know, transitions and growth that she's been making. It's been cool. Yeah. But here's the reason I want to bring it up, and not bring it up, but like give her a sort of flowers for the month and tell a funny story. So I had to help get JB to school last week, and people like. You hear me say it, but you don't get it until you see it in your face. When I say it, I mean my kids. I tell people my kids are wild. They are always on 10. They're either up all the way or completely asleep. They're completely asleep right now. JB came over early in the morning. Not even that early, but she came over about 8 a.m., correct? It's about 8 o'clock. And she walks in, and you can see that she's a normal child who's slowly waking up and getting her day started.
She's a normal child.
And as she as she walks in the door, my kid goes right up here, saying things that no one understands. They're just going to 10. And you see her, she looks literally like a deer in the headlights. She's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? So I calmly brought her over to the kitchen table and offered her food. And my children followed her to the table and were right here. And she goes, Mr. J, how much coffee do you give your kids in the morning? I'm like, none. So I had to slowly then take my kids and I said, guys, she's just starting. Like, go over on the couches, let her warm up, and then she'll get to where you are. But like, whereas most people wake up like this would be the graph. My kids go, and that's it. Yeah. So we love you, JB.
We love you guys. Yeah. Flowers to Dean Shepard.
Oh yes. Let me pull
Tower Hill Gatorade Player of the Year.
Absolutely. I gotta shout this good brother out. You know what I mean? I mean, he's still young. He's about to be, he might be 18, and this is his senior year. But for number one, okay, it's significant for any child to, you know, get a Gatorade Player of the Year. It's a really big deal. And, you know, he goes...
Oh, Gatorade.
Yeah.
Oh, Gatorade. Okay. I'm sorry. It just...
Gatorade.
I was like, Gatorade.
Gatorade?
That sounds so familiar. What is that?
It's
Gatorade.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. And he goes to my alma mater. You know, I went to Tower Hill, 14 years.
What?
And
we had no idea. Oh my God.
I'm not going to apologize for it.
Wow.
And he goes there, and it's, listen, the private schools generally don't always have, and it's changing in a lot of ways. That's a whole discussion. I'm not going to go down this road.
Yeah, when you went there, it was an actual tower.
Listen, we're not going to go all the way down this road, but...
Y'all went to school in the tower.
It's significant that Tower Hill. I don't think it's a rare thing when I think they've had a handful of Gatorade Players of the Year, and he's one of them over the entire history of the school.
Does everybody, like every school in the state, get that?
No, it's just it's one player for the whole state. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So he's being recognized as like the best player in the state, basically, in a certain way. So it's really cool, and it's an honor. And I know this also for a fact that outside of his athleticism, he's a smart kid and he's a good kid. Him and his brother. He's a twin brother. And they're both on the team. They're super sweet kids. So, you know, I felt totally obligated to, you know, give him his flowers. It's a big deal. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Flowers to Suge, who just spent a week at South by Southwest performing. We love you, dear. We know you did your thing with your ukulele. You know, she's up, she's out, she's getting it. And that's all you can ask for, honestly, especially as an independent artist.
Yeah, that's the main thing from that and the fact that she's from Delaware and she's from, I think, Dover.
A tiny little thing too.
And again, she's in Delaware a lot. She claims Delaware completely,
Very
would never run
proudly.
from it. So once again, you know, and she's in a perfect situation where she's young and childless and, you know, just has nothing but time and youth on her hands to grind. And I think there's a lesson to be learned that from anyone. And I just love to see her doing her thing because it matters. And most importantly, it's another piece of evidence that clearly displays that you can be successful from Delaware. And it feels like, you know, she's still just beginning. So, you know, as we always do, we love Delaware and you can stay here and do dope things. And we're glad that she is from our state and she's doing her ding dang thing. And that's it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards fight versus Kamar
Yeah, I won't go all the way into this one.
Usman.
Yes, yeah, Kamaru Usman. So there's a trilogy battle, UFC this weekend, and it was this weekend. It was this weekend. It was
okay.
Yeah, it was Saturday. And for anyone who follows the UFC, Kamaru Usman has. Either way, his legacy is kind of cemented as one of the greatest welterweight fighters in the UFC of all time. And, you know, he's taken 2 L's to Leon Edwards. And the first time, they fought 3 times. The first time, Kamaru beat him. And he beat him convincingly. And then there was the second fight, which was really just a few months ago. And Leon, who's a British-Jamaican fighter, you know, he's Jamaican, but he lives in Britain. Sort of like, you know, you have Jamaican New Yorkers.
Right.
And he was losing the second fight, and in the last round, it was like he's the real like Rocky. He's the real Rocky. He threw this left, I think it's a left switch kick to the head and just flatlined Usman. And everyone thought that it was kind of a fluke. And they fought for the 3rd time, and it was a very close fight. But long story short, is Leon Edwards came out on top. And it's cool to see a guy really kind of come from the bottom in a lot of different ways to get himself up to the top and to really earn a certain legacy. And there's also a whole additional side story, which I haven't dug into, but I think it's really cool that you have, you know, a British Jamaican and an American Nigerian. Yeah. And they clash, and they both claim, you know, Kamaru is like, you know, Nigeria, Africa, blah blah blah, but still American, and you know, Leon is Jamaican. I just love all of the clashes and the different pieces to it. It's a really cool battle that they've had with their 3 fights, and you know, shout out to Kamaru for sure. He's a champion either way, and it was a dope fight, and I just love to watch the underdog. You know, the underdog story is an American story, however you slice it, and I love to see. That happen. So
okay.
Yeah.
Flowers to Delaware Music Network, G Jones, Intakana, J Street, Scoob and the Boys, Oddity Bar. You know, it was a packed event, and it was the Oddly Dope event we talked about last week, and it was that oddly dope. But we had a good time. Thank you to everyone who came out. You know, if you are artists yourself and you're looking to get into the scene, join the Delaware Music Network's, you know, whole vibe, because they will help get you, you know, out.
Without further ado, because Joe explains it really well, not stepping on shoes. We got a whole...
Without further ado, the critically acclaimed 6-minute video.
A little bit more.
Okay. However long video that Jay slaved over, okay, in the house, and his blood, sweat, and tears with his knuckles, was editing the shit out of this video, so much so that he could not sleep. So without further ado, I present to you...
It was a dope night, and here's a summary of
Jay's
the evening.
video.
Okay, so we are in for an oddly dope experience. We're here at the Oddity Bar, Oddly Dope. We got my man G Jones right here. We got Naja Nicole. And it's just going to be a unique experience that you just never had before. You got to be here. You got to see this.
Can you tell us just a little bit about what Delaware Music Network is?
We're a support system for creative artists. Think about back in the day when you had big industry and labels kind of controlling music. They had big staffs of people, right? They had an A&R department, a marketing department, promotion department, and now it's great that creatives can independently put their stuff out, but they don't have that staff.
Yeah.
So what we do is we do consulting, and we do kind of the work that our staff, so we can be your staff. So come to Delaware Music Network.
Yep.
We help you, we put events on, we do whatever you need to do.
I love it.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say, Joe?
Just come through to this, but come through to everything. Look us up, Facebook, Instagram, Delaware Music Network, G-Jones, Joe Bellardo. We got a whole squad. We're doing anything we can to help independent artists. Anything.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
G-Jones. Tell the people what they're in for tonight.
Listen, a one of one. Okay, you've never seen nothing like this in your life. If you thought you did, you lied to yourself. Don't do that again. Okay, you are about to watch G-Jones, Naja Nicole, and they're kind of gonna have bars. Okay, listen, somebody else singing. I don't even know, but there's gonna be a masculine voice singing things I never heard before. And they got the nerve to do it with me talking my talker, cause I'm gonna be thinking. That's what you're gonna see today. That's it. Light, you know. So not too much.
Quick question: what brought this idea to mind? Because it was a very specific thought that you seem to have. Like, where'd it come from?
So the oddly dope, what we thinking edition. Okay. It came from me wanting to weave something in and out and create something that utilizes my improv skills.
Yeah.
While also putting on a show with somebody whose whole energy is gonna just kind of light the room up, and we can kind of go back and forth and create.
Wait, is the light thing, was that a shot? The light thing, was that a shot?
Do I want to take shots before I start?
Yes.
Probably. I see a stare.
Right.
So I'ma just say like the sun. Sunlight. That's all I got right now.
Sunshine tonight.
Add me in the group chat. Listen, I got jokes too.
All right, so what were we talking about? Me being in the middle?
You come in the middle, put me on the side. Not like that.
Your backside.
Ain't
need nothing there though. Ain't need nothing there though. That's the ill part. Ain't need nothing there. I'm like, oh.
What black love was. I didn't really know what love was, or even kind of giving that type of feeling just cause. I didn't have that in me. Nobody showed me what it was like to treat somebody how they were supposed to be treated consistently. So, I don't think y'all hear me. The one who can make me give it out, woo! Yes, quite frankly, I might have said, you're all that I need, I'll be there for you. If you keep it real with me, I keep it real with you. Loving your whole steez, you be in there, boo. On top of that, you got the good power you. But in my defense, I was telling the truth. Okay.
Shorty, I'm there for you anytime you need me. For real, girl, it's me in your world. Believe me, nothing make a man feel better than a woman. Queen with a crown that be down for whatever. There are few things that's forever. My lady, we can make war, make babies. Back when I was nothing, you made a brother feel like he was something. That's why I'm with you to this day, no frontin'. Even when the skies were gray, you would rub me on my back and say, baby, it'll be okay. Now that's real to a brother like me, baby. Never ever give my booty away and keep it tight, alright? And I will walk these dogs so we can live in a badass crib with thousands of kids. Word life, you don't need a ring to be my wife. Just be there for me and I'ma make sure we be living in the afterlife of luxury. I'm realizing that you didn't have to bump with me, but you did. Now I'm going all out, kid, and I got mad love to give. Wow. You know, I think back, and I was nothing but a light-skinned hoe. That was me, just a light-skinned hoe of a man. I was just running around, doing all kind of podcasts, doing shows with anybody and everybody. And I didn't know what to do with my life. I would just wander around, interviewing anyone. I would interview just any old street talk on Lancaster Avenue. Say, hey girl, what you doing? Because I need something for my interview. But then I got so lucky. This young lady named Naja Nicole stepped into my life. And she said, Jay, I'm going to save you from yourself. Because that podcast you got going on is trashy. I sit back and I said, I remember when I used to love them and leave them. Yeah, that's what I used to do. You turned on fire, baby. Then you showed me what love can do. Fire and desire. Fire, 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 fire. You turned on now.
I think this was what he was trying to say, but he's not quite there yet. So I'm gonna fix it as usual. Go right in.
When I feel what I feel, sometimes it's hard to tell you so. You may not be in the mood to love what you feel. There are times when I find you wanna keep yourself from me. I don't have the strength just to be of what I see. At your best, you are love. Your apology, I'm waiting for something like that. Did you ever feel the need to
Oh my God. I know you hear that.
Make some noise, y'all! Thank you all again. Thank you all for coming out. And it's been a pleasure. I'm G.
What y'all think? It was a cool night. We don't have to say too much more about it because that's what it was. And, you know, if you get a chance to check out the Delaware Music Network's, other shows that are always going on, just go to their site and follow the site or Joe Bellardo or Jarrell. So,
Yep.
yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
What's happening in Delaware? So, it was a little slim. Looking around to see what's going on. So
okay.
I think everybody just tired because everybody been going for the last couple weeks, us included. So I did find that the Jackson Inn down Lancaster Pike is closing. So they are having a big old shebang. I'm talking scrimp. I'm talking lobster. I'm talking steak. Okay. So Saturday at 1 p.m. for $15. There's going to be a whole bunch of people performing, a whole bunch of food. We're going to try and sneak in real quick, take a couple pics, take a bite of a few things, maybe take a shot. But show your support for this landmark that has been there for so long, that people adore, and that have opened their doors for so many independent artists and people just coming in for a good meal and a drink. So we thank you for your service, Jackson.
Yep.
Okay, so Jay has made it like y'all's news that I watch and look up weird stuff online. It is what it is. During one of my scrollings, I came across this first video of this cute little baby girl walking, minding her business, and this terrifying creature following after her. Can you please pull this up so that they can see? The thing scared me and was in my dreams, but just look at how this little girl is reacting to this. I love it. So that was the first video. She was like a little bit younger. Well, since seeing that, there have been like 50 million views. And this is Spirit Walker. He dresses up in these outfits and he walks around towns. He does productions or whatever. And this one specifically got all of these views and likes and comments. So they found the family and they got to reintroduce them, the baby and the monster thingy. So we're going to show you the other video because it's so cute. Again,
What's that? That's I
the little boy at the end, he was like this.
Because it's scary. The thing, as soon as I saw it, it creeped me out. The way that it
terrifying.
moved. If I saw that, I would run for the hills. And even
terrifying.
what I saw scared the bahookle out of me. I don't know what that is. I just made up a word, the bahookle. But it scared the bahookle out of me. And I understand how cute it is.
The little girl.
The little girl.
Yeah.
The little girl's response and, all of the traffic, coming to watch it, like, online. That's adorable. But my other thought is, like, as we have evolved in nature and, have had to avoid certain dangers, like, your instinct should be that if you see something
Like
scary,
that?
you run.
No, that little girl was like,
Like,
hey, yo, what's that?
I feel like if I dropped her in, like, a dangerous place, she would try to
would
welcome
calm
the
the
wolf.
beast.
Maybe that's what it is, but, like, she got the false, that was not a real beast.
Well, people are going crazy. So the guy recently dropped 350 stuffies of the Spirit Walker. And one of the reasons why they found the little girl's family was because they wanted to give her one of the stuffies. But there have been so many comments about creating a series for this as the little girl to have adventures with this spirit
it could
creature.
be a movie.
Listen,
could be a
I'm
movie.
invested. Okay,
Yeah.
This ain't even a thing, and I'm invested.
Like a Lilo and Stitch kind of thing. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Yeah, no, I get it.
I want to know what happens. What's this? And she calls him Dinosaur.
I love it.
So, like, in the movie or something, people won't even know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Because they're looking at this thing. There ain't no dinosaur.
Listen, my deepest, it's adorable, but I don't know
It's
why
also
that child doesn't have a fear instinct. Like, this is like basic survival. You know what I'm saying? Scary thing, and you know it's scary. Looks
Listen,
you
her mom
run.
must have been through war when she was pregnant. That baby been through some things. Okay.
Yeah, that was wild.
Child. But I wanted to share that because it's so cute.
It was really cute.
Yeah,
it was definitely cute.
Keep a lookout because if y'all see a series or something, we gonna talk about. Maybe we'll open up a series club or something. But
it could definitely be a movie. I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. Waffle. Waffle House. Here you go. Waffle House is opening up down 40. Where's it gonna be at? You know?
Down 40.
No, but we're down 40. Like, is it gonna be near like 896 40, or is it gonna be like near like where the old Kmart is?
So.
Because I need to know, can I go to Jenny's?
There's not that much
and
Route
then
40.
go to Panda Express?
I feel like it was pretty close to the Chick-fil-A, like in that area, but I don't know. There's only 2 miles of Route 40, like in Delaware, really. Like,
but let me tell you
and
something.
it's all
Mr. You think you know certain parts of Delaware? First of all, even though it may be 2 miles, there's a lot of separation.
No, there's not. Not at this point.
Where I come, with the time I come from back in my day,
15
you either
years
came
ago.
from 896 40, which was like the, or you came from the behind the Texas Roadhouse 40,
and
or the Wally Walmart down Wellington.
And now there's no delineation. It's just all Route 40.
All I want to know is how long it take to get them slippery flows, because I can't quite go when it's clean. Like I need them cigarettes.
This is an odd space for me with you because I would expect you and your personality to be like, ain't no way I'm going there.
Listen.
So I'm kind of shocked in a funny way. I support it.
Rest in peace, my amazing grandfather.
But they have safe ones.
It ain't about safe. It's about risking your life.
Okay. All right. Yep.
And then that's in many ways, not just from the food, but possibly getting into a fight with your waitress, the chef, some drunkard coming in off the streets. That is a saving. The Waffle House was a saving grace for so many college students back in the dizzy who ain't have but $5 to their name.
Was it a saving grace or a place just to get filled with food at night after you're trashed and get into a fight?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. You know how many parties where I went to, almost broke my heels, had my little blazer, it was freezing cold. Me and my girlfriends went to the Waffle House, and they sheltered us.
Wow.
They gave us pancakes.
I would go.
I had $1.25. So you know how many songs I played on the jukebox?
No, I respect your gangster on that one, but it's just no.
When we going? Is it open
I'll go.
24 hours?
I don't know. I feel.
Is it open 24 hours?
I will say this: if it's not, it's almost as bad as Wegmans not having beer.
If it's clean, if it ain't open 24 hours, I need the chef to be of a certain
weight. Yeah, needs to be greasy and overweight. Yeah. I want to see
one of the lights to be flickering at the top.
I want to see his hypertension
I need to be like,
card.
I needed to say waffle. Like part of the time, waffle. Waffle House. I'm excited. Somebody tell me where exactly this is. It's open now?
It's on Route 40, and it's open.
All right, after the show, we going up 40.
Right.
We going up 40.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Are we there yet?
Florida is its own country. I really do.
I can dig it.
Florida banning black fraternities and sororities.
Keep going.
A bill in Florida has set its eyes on black fraternities and sororities. The Hill reports that HB 999 would ban any program promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion at the college level throughout the state.
The thing that's, even past...
It was past
being offensive. It's just, I can't believe that these kinds of things are still happening and that there's support. When certain things happen, I'll open up social media and you'll see people go way off the deep end and be like they could bring back slavery. And 9 times out of 10, I'm like, this is completely absurd. But then you see
It
things
never
like
left in the first place, but go ahead.
so.
I'm educated.
Exactly.
I'm educated. You
Exactly.
ain't. Don't get me started.
Exactly.
The amount of NPR I listen to on a daily basis. Woo! Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but it's unbelievable that there are a majority of people, or even a significant amount of people, who would support such a thing.
You know,
and what that, not only is it an attack on some of the most enjoyable curriculum that I studied when I was in college because I didn't get it at Tower Hill, it also is just at this point a blatant attack on HBCUs, which produce almost disproportionate, like a tremendous amount. All of our doctors, lawyers, most of them go through HBCUs. So when you start opening up that door to shutting down some of our most some of our best institutions historically and even now, like, you know, Stacey Abrams, all these people who, like, the vice president, you know, and I know that they haven't blatantly attacked HBCUs and said we're not going to have HBCUs in Florida.
It's only one step to that.
But like, that's, you know what I'm saying? So
you're going to decrease or stop funding for Black sororities and fraternities. So what's next? Because an HBCU is a historically...
And the thing that I don't get even fundamentally past that is, like, if Koreans want to open up a Korean, you know, school that teaches the history of Korea, blah, blah, please, absolutely go ahead and do it. If there wants to be an Irish school because you believe in your Irish heritage, absolutely. I don't have any problems with that. So the idea that you would even have a fundamental problem, like if there's it's no different than there being an Irish history class, which I'm sure there are.
Yes.
And you know, there should be a history class for everything.
You should be able to learn about whatever you want to learn about freely.
And freely. And here's the dig specifically with these, you know, Republicans and in Florida, you know, pushing these kinds of things is
what's in their water?
They always are saying, like, you know, we're all about freedom, but, like,
no, you're not.
You're for freedom of owning guns, which I support and own, but when it comes to things that you disagree with, then it's not free. It's only you want to be free to do what you want to do the way you want to do it. But if you disagree with someone else's freedom, you know, drag queens, you know, if they want to have a queen show, then it's a problem. Then we take your freedoms. So it's just like, call yourselves what you are. And it's just like, you want it your way. And that's not how it works. But go ahead.
What would happen?
And, I'm sorry. And I'm knocking the GOP, you know, for what they are, you know, doing in Florida with that stuff and other legislature. Liberals, please don't think for a second that you're so much better. Better in some regards, yes. But the degree to which I have to often watch every single thing that I say, and I'm going to stop doing it because I'm tired of it, it's equally, you know, it's an equal way of saying it's only if I don't think exactly like you do, you're trash. It's the same problem in a different way. But go ahead.
Child, I feel like they're trying by using this language.
It's frightening.
If say for instance all the states adopted this mindset, this bill, right?
Yeah.
And you start to remove anything.
Just chip away.
Literally.
Chip away.
You know what our history would sound like? Columbus came here. He built, his people built, or some people built houses, and then there was a war.
They had to displace the evil Native Americans who.
No, that's still including history. They want to remove all of it.
You don't even say Native Americans?
We can't talk.
Okay.
You can't add anything that might cause questioning.
Okay.
So he came here, built houses, and then a train showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then boats was going all over the place, bringing things in. Yeah. And then laws were passed, and people just lived happy.
Yeah. No, it's a problem.
I just.
It's kind of, I'm trying to be in my happy place in a certain.
I really want to say degree. More, but I can't do it without cussing. So.
But it's absurd, and the fact that there are a lot of people behind that is really scary. And I'll leave it at that from my end.
I have to say this because it's on my mind and
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
real.
And you know what that means.
Somebody that is about
Go
to
ahead.
get my No, I remember having a conversation one time with someone who was white, and they had brought up the phrase white guilt. And all of this talk makes me think about, like, nobody wants to deal with the weight of what happened in the makings of this country. And if you are of Caucasian descent, if you're white, and you know that you have family who participated and was a part of slavery and what happened, you know, with a lot of the civil rights movement and all that, you may feel some guilt. And I get that. And that may be why some people are like, okay, we got to get rid of it. But then I think to myself, what if those people who feel that way start to think about the pain that Black people feel, that Indian people feel, Native Americans, that Chinese folk feel when we're reliving our own history and why we haven't come to a certain place like we should have. So when you're feeling crazy about the fact that your history lies in that, think about how we feel not even being able to trace our real roots because of what happened.
I feel like there's a little bit of a... I feel like the people who have guilt are actually trying to come to grips with the reality of history. But I think the people who are sponsoring such legislation as in Florida don't even want to look at it at all.
But they know. That's why that...
You think it's an unconscious guilt?
I think it's a conscious guilt, and you're gonna.
But they're not guilty. They don't feel guilty.
One or two. If you're gonna act like that, if you're gonna fight to remove all of it, so you don't gotta face it, then you know there's something in you feel a tug somewhere.
But I don't think I see what you're saying. But I think that some people are evil.
Yes,
and
I do.
And
yes,
I think that those kinds of people don't feel a tug. They're just like, nah, get your, you know, we don't want you around here.
I think it's a lot.
Like I don't think the people, you know, who like the students and who grew up and, you know, treated all of the kids terribly when segregation was going away. I don't think they felt guilty. I think they were just nasty people.
I think
know?
It's a mix.
There is a mix. But I think that, like, I don't... So, the reason I'm saying this, too, like, I don't think it's bad to feel guilty. Like, you know, I
get that. I'm saying some people can't handle guilt.
Yes, that's for sure.
So what do? You run.
Yeah.
You run. And then you have people who are like, I feel guilty. Oh, my God, I got to do something right. And then there are people who are like, I don't give a...
Yeah, and I see exactly what you're saying. And the thing that I don't understand about it is there's nothing wrong with feeling guilty because, quite frankly, especially as we've opened up the door specifically with me talking about, you know, not apologizing, that's a certain guilt that I'm functioning with for a couple of different reasons. Because I know that this is a man's world. And I have no problems. The reason that I don't understand why certain white men can't just openly say that, yeah, I'm in a privileged situation is because I know that, number one, as a man, that I'm coming from a certain privilege. And I also, fundamentally understand that because I grew up in a house with hardworking middle-class parents, that I also have a certain economic and educational privilege that I don't have... I'm not embarrassed by it, but I understand that it's almost like me, you know, getting a one-up. And I don't feel guilty about it, but there are times and I'm like, yo, that kid, the only reason he's not doing as well as me is because he didn't have the opportunity. And yeah, my parents worked hard, but I have no problems recognizing my privilege. And so I don't understand why someone else can't recognize their privilege and just deal with it because it's a thing and it's okay. You know what I mean?
I do. That's a loaded. My mind, my wheels are spinning right now, and I.
Okay. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I want to skip the next one because I want to move on to something positive.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, let's have fun.
Howard University swim team. First conference title in 34 years. Can you please break this down so we can go over? Because I was having like a whole like what moment earlier.
No, I mean it's actually pretty simple. That's not a shot, but like so Howard's swim team is the only black swim team in the country, and it's also It's also the only HBCU that has a swim team.
What?
And so the other ones have shut down for various reasons. Because you got people like me who've taken swimming twice at a college level and still swim like trash. But this team is making history. I think it's been 34 years since they won a conference championship.
That's a whole me. Like I'm 30, I'll be 31. You telling me my whole life ain't...
They haven't won anything. But like last year they were runners up. They came in second, and this year they won. So, you know, this team is holding on tight for all the black swimmers, you know, showing that you can be excellent. And Howard University just has so much dopeness going on right now between that and Chadwick Boseman. You know, all I have, as a Morehouse man, I have no problems shouting out Howard and recognizing their greatness. Yeah, I love it.
When I was in college, I needed a credit, like an extra, like a 3-point credit or whatever.
Sure.
And all the stuff that I wanted to do was booked up, and I just wanted something easy that I could get through.
Yeah.
So I signed up for beginner swimming.
Okay.
I could already,
yeah.
I could already swim. So the entire semester, I pretended I couldn't swim, and I let the instructor like teach me all he knew. And when that exam came up, baby, he was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
I did everything, backstroke.
She's a genius.
The frog.
She's a swim savant.
Oh my God, a prodigy.
Did you get an A?
I did.
Okay. I'm getting ready to say, if you went
I'm
to one,
sure he was looking at me because I took that test in like, I think it took 20 minutes.
Have you ever seen? I'm sure you haven't, but it reminds me of. You'll see these goofy YouTube videos where it's like a professional boxer walks into a gym and pretends that he's learning for the first time.
Yeah.
Same thing, and it's funny.
And I got my credit.
Listen, you gotta play the game.
He was like, okay, I remember one of the classes, like, all right, you're gonna blow bubbles under the water. And I was like, blow bubbles? And he's like, yes, you know, you blow under the water.
Go ahead.
And I did that, and I was like pretending like,
Yeah. So
I'm a great actress.
I'm a terrible swimmer. Want to hear of? Okay, but then we'll change. But like, so I took swimming for the second time at UD, and the first thing they told us to do is just lean back and you'll float. And I was like, well, what if I don't float? They're like, listen,
your head's too big.
Like 1% of people sink. Don't worry about it. Just sit back.
I'm 1%. I can't float.
Just sit back, you'll float. I'm like, I will trust this white man. And I sat back, and I feel the water coming up the back of my head, then my eyes. And I'm like, oh my God. I completely started to sink, freaked out, panicked, jumped out as though I was drowning in the ocean, and it was absurd. Someone should have gotten that on camera because it would have been my all-time most embarrassing moment, one of a couple. You know
I'm embarrassed right now.
No, it was hysterical. It was absurd.
You're absurd.
I mean, it was terrible. It was funny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to HBCU swim teams. Or Howard's. Shout out to Howard's swim team. Lord.
Okay. There is a massive seaweed blob.
This is when we need graphics and things to come on the screen and go blah, 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 blah.
It is floating toward us. Towards Florida, to be exact. It is 2 times the width of the U.S. And it's coming for us. It'll be here soon. You'll never know what hit you until it does. We have no life. Oh my God. So it's, oh my God, this is so funny. It's called a sargassum bloom.
Oh, wait. Let me see this. Is that really how you pronounce it? I can't believe it. I don't.
Called a sargassum bloom. A seaweed.
A sargassum bloom.
So I just want to know, how was it made?
A sargassum bloom. It's a sargassum. There's no way it's a sargassum bloom. I wonder if it squirts. Uh-oh.
God. My God. Oh my God. It is a type of brown algae. And it can have high levels of arsenic. So just be careful if you're gonna go out there and take your fork and start eating it.
Interesting.
It also sucks oxygen out of the water and creates dead zones. But it also houses and creates food, like it makes its own little ecosystem. So it's like, but it's bad because it's literally flooding. It's gonna flood the beaches.
It sucks what?
Oxygen.
So maybe that's how it works.
No. So
it sucks the oxygen to sargassum. Oh, there we go. All right, keep it moving, Pippin. So we should just go. This is a perfect segue to LARSA, I feel like. But you know what I'm saying?
LARSA Pippen was out here in these streets talking about, me and my husband, we used to do it 4 times a night for 23 years. And I was like, girl, bye. Girl.
It's
Child,
either
listen.
someone is taking something. And listen, I'm sure there's
ain't no way. Ain't no
like
way.
human bodies aren't made for that much friction unless it's like boom, 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 boom.
You
boom,
got
boom,
to
boom.
be. You got to be
Yeah.
on something.
Yeah.
You got to be on something. And then, oh God, if there are children watching, make sure get the kids away. Don't switch it to me.
You about to go in? All right, go ahead.
I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
If there are children watching, you need to get them away from the camera. But let's think about this logically.
Okay.
We're too old enough. We're old enough. We're experienced.
Absolutely.
We have children. We're responsible. We're married. You know. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. All that we're gonna go all night.
It's the biggest.
It's the biggest lie.
It is. So that is
next
the
to
Santa
adulting being fun.
No, that is the adult version of Santa Claus. It's like
yes.
It's the adult version of Santa Claus. All of your youth, you think Santa Claus is a thing,
girl,
and you find out it's not. And then as you're getting older and about to, start learning how to have sex. And you listen to the music, and you listen, especially if you listen to
all
like
right,
70s. If you listen to Teddy Pendergrass, if you listen to
I'm a stretch.
all the 90s R&B, I'm all night long. And for a while,
sound good.
It sounds great. It sounds great.
And then you get down to business, baby.
It's like
after about 10 minutes, you're like, all right now.
Sex all night is the Santa Claus of being an adult. Is adult Santa Claus.
Right?
Ain't nobody.
Wait, look. You all right?
Or
you all right then?
Like God forbid, like I'm moving for 45 minutes. Like this is the point where
you got to check in.
Where you not only got to check in, but it's like, come on, like.
Switch.
Ow.
Switch.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, well,
no,
hold on.
I don't like that.
No. Is this the opportunity? Is this the opportunity that we have right now for me to introduce the third camera? Because let me explain. I'm going to give you exactly. Hold on. You want to see? I'm going to show you.
Wait now. Be careful,
hold on,
Jay.
Hold on.
Be careful now.
In the event that I am doing what I do for 45 minutes, an hour, all night long. This is what you will, by the time we've reached 25, 27 minutes, it's like,
Wait, mess your hair up. You gotta mess your hair up, cause ain't no.
Jay.
Oh my God.
Jay. Just.
Stop.
Okay, I'm done. I'll go back. And that is our third camera.
Oh, my stomach. Listen.
Hold on. No, give me something.
No, Jay.
Give me your
Put
iPad.
it back.
It's like, what's still going on here?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my. All right.
Come on, please.
Okay.
Okay, is that too much? Did I go too far? Did I go too far?
You always do.
Did I go too far?
You
Oh
always
my
do.
God. Oh my God, I went too far.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I'm uncomfortable. I forgot we're not both adults. All I know is you celebrity folk stay trying to play like you stay trying to play like y'all up here. Honey,
It's all smoke and mirrors.
If you was doing that every night for 23 years,
I'm running away from you. Please don't.
I'm in pain thinking about it.
Everyone is. Every part is friction. Like, it's not just the dude. Everyone is like, that's just, you're raw.
I'm just thinking
Assuming
about
it's not bang
things.
bang. All right.
Even then, that's painful. Like, how can you even feel anything?
Maybe her walls are
anymore?
made of vibranium. No? Okay, no. All right.
I'm just, my stomach hurt.
Yeah, so does hers.
Don't be lying to people like that, girl. Like, it ain't that girl. It ain't that serious.
And it's not impressive. It's like,
wasn't
what
even
is
that
wrong
cute.
with you?
Like, that's the other thing. Like, maybe.
Oh.
I'm just saying, maybe if he was, he was fine. I'd kick it out maybe an extra few times, but it wouldn't be that many a night. I tell you what, not every night. Never 23 years. Child.
Can you imagine?
No.
As I'm really thinking about and processing that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. 4 times a night.
I don't do anything.
For 23 years. Every night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
I don't even brush my
Wednesday,
teeth
Thursday,
that much.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's no break.
Yeah, I'm stumped. I thought about that and really tried to process it. It doesn't make any sense.
I know this isn't real. But
There's
God
nothing.
Almighty, I
don't even want to ride my motorcycle 4 times a day, every day.
She, you know what? That has made me, I think I'm going to become a nun. Because now
Because you don't want none.
I don't want none. I don't want none. I mean, she had enough for all of us. If that is the case, she had enough for all
Her
of
cup
us.
runneth over. Yeah.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Okay. So unfortunately, Florida has failed us this week. So I was looking for other news that might be funny. And I found something interesting about New York. Mm-hmm. So only in New York, there is a 311 non-emergency hotline where they log complaints about noise or rats. That in itself tells you what you need to know. But they also field other requests. Some that may be, can you check to see if my boyfriend is married? Please transfer me to a UFOologist. How do you boil a live chicken?
Ooh. That is bad.
Can you claim your dog on your taxes?
Yeah, just the rat thing in itself.
Also, someone wanted to know who won American Idol.
That's pretty, I like that one.
Last one.
All right.
There is someone, a raccoon actually, eating lasagna on my porch. And there you have it.
Yeah. Ain't no way.
311 is for you whenever you need them.
Yeah, I love New York, the history of it, the culture, the numerous
I don't like the smell.
superstars. But the idea that I would pay absolutely over-the-top premium rent to be in a place where rats are running in absolute abundance to the point where they can. No.
My best friend, she lives in Brooklyn. The last
And she's
apartment-
clean. She's a clean person.
She is beautiful, clean, has great taste. Outside of her apartment, her old apartment, it used to have a courtyard. And when we went to bed, I lied to you not. It was like they came out to party. Like the whole family was chewing on pizza boxes and pizza.
You could hear it?
Oh yeah, I got up and saw them outside. I'm telling you, there was a couple doing the cha-cha slide.
No.
They were drinking beers. They were passing blunts.
There's not enough opportunity in the world. Nope.
One of them stole a bike. And then the next morning, I guess somebody had a hangover and they were stumbling over by the trash can.
That's nasty. Ain't no way.
She moved, thank God. I was afraid she was going to get mugged by a rat. And these are actual rats, people.
No.
I should have called 311.
You know, it's a hard no.
Well, friends, we have come to the end of our show. Yet again, you have joined us for another Naj and Jay.
Don't forget the artist thing. We're going to talk about that yet?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, before I end officially.
Yeah.
So you guys know we're artists. Artists. And last year we did a lot on visual art, right? Painting and like stuff at the art museum, all that great stuff. But we haven't really had the chance to like hone in on
what
music.
we do.
So what we are going to do, since our fantabulous production manager and
if you have some dope videos,
can you just let me say nice things?
Yes.
The one who has done all the things with the camera and the editing and the shooting and make sure that we got sound and all that good stuff, make sure that my lighting is gorgeous. He has made us capable of showing you during our show. So at the end of every single show, we are going to highlight. We're going to do a Naj and Jay spotlight. All you have to do is send us a video, less than 30 seconds, of you doing your thing as an artist, whether it's on stage or you're just in a room and you're performing a cappella with music, whatever you want. As long as it's your original music, we will air it on the show.
Yeah, and I think now that we're kind of really talking about it a little bit more, I think that's a perfect way to end every show.
Yeah, we're gonna end every show, and we'll make sure that your social media and everything is posted, and you will be featured. Woo!
Yeah, and the cool thing about this idea, as I'm really processing it, first off, if you see it,
first of all, don't point your crooked finger at these people.
It is crooked. Isn't that funny?
Look at that.
But it's a situation where it's like if you have like a really professional music video, just send us the MP4. We can put that up. But like we really want to have this be an opportunity for artists to highlight themselves. Artists to highlight themselves in any capacity. So if you're just in the basement, you know, if you're someone like,
please be fully clothed.
I don't care if you're clothed or not. That's on you.
I care.
Listen,
it's my show.
You know, if you're in the basement just shedding, and
cursing, no excessive cursing.
Fine, I'll give you that for sure. Yeah, good point.
Yes.
But if you're just in your basement on the piano and you're soloing and just shedding and practicing and have some and it sounds dope, send it to us.
Yes.
We'll post it up.
And it'll go on our page, on our pages, our social media pages.
Yeah. If you were at a gig and you got some good live footage of you out at Logan House. Send us the footage.
If you know someone that you want to feature because you think they're amazing and you love them and you want us to learn about them, send it on over to Naj and Jay. Naj and Jay show at gmail.com. Child, I had a little moment. Naj and Jay show at gmail.com. You can find our email on our Facebook and our Instagram, just in case. But send it to us and we will air it. Every episode, we will air a different artist. So yeah, and what we'll do is next week, we'll do somebody that we chose, just so you can see what it looks like. And this is free. You don't have to worry about this is payment or nothing like that. This is just because we love our artists. And we want you guys to be spotlighted. And,
this is your chance. So for a small fee of $250. $250?
$750 plus the application fee.
We will get you the exposure that you need as an artist.
Yeah. And you got to sign on the dotted line that we own the rights to your music.
Right. From here in perpetuity for infinity.
Therefore,
Yeah.
Infinity Stone, snap.
Yeah, no points, nothing. So, unbelievable. Yeah, send them. It's free.
Nash and J Spotlight.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm so excited.
All right. Is that it?
All right, that's it. Get out of here. Go do something. Go wash your butt. Go brush your teeth. Go lay down. Drink some wine. Be happy. We love you. Forever. Goodbye. Get out of here.
Can't make this end when I went to.
Can you hurry up and end this? This is so
No,
awkward.
because I'm trying to do something that I can't do.
This is why he's fired. He's fired. You're fired. You're fired.